Not a lot of games have made me this painful and this upset and this heartbroken before. But it's kind of crazy how a game that isn't even Real Madrid, which is my team, where it's my country, and I've never been this heartbroken, bro. We could have made the World Cup. If we won today, we could have made the World Cup. We could right now be in the World Cup next summer, but now we have to go through the playoffs run where we have to win 2 games in order for us to do that. And those 2 games, we have to beat UAE and beat Bolivia. Instead, it could have been today, but today, everything, even before the game even started, it was against us. It was against us. We're playing Saudi Arabia. The winner of the game versus Saudi Arabia goes to the World Cup. We're playing Saudi Arabia in Saudi Arabia. So already it's a disadvantage. Already we're playing crazy. And then we're only allowed to bring 10% of our fans into the stadium. The capacity of the stadium is 63,000. And we're only allowed to bring 10%, which is 6,000 people inside the stadium. You tell me how that makes sense. You tell me why the game took place in Saudi Arabia, against Saudi Arabia, and you tell me why we only allowed to bring 10% of the fans inside the stadium, whereas the other 90% of the fans were dominated by Saudi fans, by the Saudi crowd. And on top of all of this, you tell me why the referee for today's game is a referee from Jordan. If you know, you know. But I'm not going to take anything away from Saudi Arabia. I think Saudi Arabia deserves to go through. I'm kind of surprised why they were even in this third round of the qualification in the first minute. Like they should have gone through last round in the group stages, the 6 teams group stages. Saudi deserves to go through. If I had to pick 3-5 countries to represent Asia, to represent mainly, forget Asia, to the continent, to represent us Arabs, it would be Saudi. Saudi would be my number one pick to represent all Arabs because I think they are the strongest Arab team, the strongest Khaliji team. Let's be specific. I don't think we can go to the World Cup and actually pick up 3 points or 6 points. At least if there was a team in the Gulf, in the Khalij, in the Middle East that I feel like can do it, it will be Saudi Arabia. As simple as that. But the last time we've made the World Cup, the last time this country have made the World Cup was when this guy played, when this guy won the World Cup. You know how the fashion that he won it in. We haven't made the World Cup since 1986. And since then, we've had a golden generation. We had our best era, our best generation by far. Again, I might be yapping, I might be talking to people who's got no idea what I'm talking about. This is just a lesson to you guys. This is just an education. This is just a history lesson. The last time we made the World Cup was 1986. And between 2003 to 2013, we had 1 decade where we had our best era. We had our best generation, our golden generation. We finished 4th. Reached the semi-finals of the Olympics. En route to the Olympics, we beat Ronaldo. We beat Portugal's Ronaldo in 2004. And Ronaldo played in that in that game. But our players were on another level. We had the golden generation. 3 years after that, we won our first ever trophy, our first ever Asian Cup. And we beat South Korea. We beat Australia. We beat Saudi Arabia in the final. Yunus Mahmoud. Iconic. During that time, during that whole period, we were never close to reaching the World Cup. Never. Like, there wasn't a point where I felt like, yes, we had moments where I felt like this is the team. We lost in penalty shootouts, X, Y, and Z. But I never felt like, okay, calm, we are this close. This is the first time we were this close. We were this close in reaching the World Cup. And again, FIFA got a lot of criticism that this FIFA has been expanded to how many teams? 48 teams or whatever it is. And again, A lot of people are not a fan of the expansion, but it kind of is a benefit to the smaller countries. A country like my country, a country like Cape Verde. Cape Verde got to the World Cup and look how they celebrated. Like it's yes, it's a bad for other strong nations because they're gonna have to play more games. But at the same time, for us smaller countries, making the World Cup is something which is something historic. It's something iconic. It's something that no club achievement can even come close to it. Like I said it in the watch along. I would trade Real Madrid winning the league this season. I would trade a great season from Real Madrid in order for us to reach the World Cup. I've never seen my country in the World Cup. And I felt like this was the perfect time to do it. We had the chances. We bottled it. Not now. We bottled it against in the last round in the group stages where we had a good, easy round, easy group. South Korea was in it. Jordan was in it. But at one point, we were not. We were first. At one point, everything was destined for us to go through, and we should have gone through. But we bottled it. Games against Kuwait, games against Palestine. We bottled it. We absolute bottled it. We got a third chance this game. Last game against Indonesia, we should have scored 2 goals, but we didn't. We scored 1 only. So we had to beat Saudi Arabia. A draw is enough for Saudi Arabia, but this is painful, man. This is wallah, man. This is so bad. That this is so painful right now. Watching this nonsense and watching this stupidness, but it's kind of annoying, bro. Wallah, it's kind of annoying. It is kind of annoying that that this is happening, but like, look at this. This is what I've been watching. I've been looking at. Like, let's be real. Saudi deserves to go through. Saudi were the better team. Saudi was more confident. Saudi had the bigger chance in the second half. They missed about 3 clear-cut chances in the second half. They were the better team. They were the better team. But when you have a manager like this guy, Graham Arnold, who is just so bad, no tactics, just negative tactics. I don't understand how Australia reached the round of 16 with this guy. I don't understand how Australia managed to beat Denmark and Tunisia in the last World Cup. They reached the round of 16. They scored against Argentina when Argentina won the World Cup. Argentina beat them 2-1. Messi scored, I think, the penalty. He scored. I don't understand how this guy, there was never a point in the game where I felt like he wanted to win. All the substitution that he made was all bad, was all dead, was stupid, was stupid. Yes, it's not ideal when you have your best player out in Ayman Hussein. But my brother, at least put yourself in a position where you feel like you can win. This guy is playing players that should not be playing. And this guy is, Ibrahim Bayesh? Ibrahim Bayesh is one individual that I absolutely despise. If you guys have been following my content, you guys know my hatred and my feeling towards Lucas Vazquez. This guy tops it. I don't think I will ever find a player that I would dislike more than Ibrahim Bayesh. He is the worst player I've watched. He's the worst player I've seen. He was a liability for this team. We played with 10 players for 90 minutes. This guy played 90 minutes last game against Indonesia, and I questioned it in the watch-along. I didn't understand it, but we won the game. The celebration, the happiness was the main focus, was the priority. How he played 90 minutes today. How can you play 90 minutes and you only made 7 accurate passes? 90 minutes, you only made 7 passes. This guy can't run. This guy can't pass. He can't cross. He can't defend. He can't control the ball. He can't attack. He can't shoot. Our best chance came with this guy, and he absolutely blew it. When you pass the ball to him, best believe you're passing it to the opponent. Best believe the ball is getting to a Saudi player because he can't control the ball. Every pass you make to him leads to a turnover for Iraq. This guy's got his touches is a grenade. He doesn't take care of the ball. He doesn't love the ball. He doesn't love the ball. He doesn't love the ball. His fetish is to lose the ball. He's one of those players. I want to lose the ball because I want to win the ball back, but he doesn't even have the ability to win the ball back because he's so bad. How do you take off our best player in Zidane Iqbal? I don't give a shit if he's on a yellow card. Why do you take him off? Why do you take our best player off? I don't understand it, man. I don't understand. But like I said, Iraq now, this was our chance. We blew it. This is the table. Saudi Arabia, congratulations. You guys have made the World Cup. Congratulations. Now, we have to play UAE, who finished second in the other group. The fourth round. Before you guys say, oh, why is the fourth round? Iraq finished third. We should have never finished third. We should have finished second. This loss right here will always hurt me. This loss right here will forever harm. This draw right here to pat. No, where is it? Where is it? These 3 losses. I'm so upset. Wallahi al-azim. Anyway, man, this is the feeling of international football, and international football gets a lot of stick because it's boring, X, Y, and Z. But when your country plays it, when your country plays an actual meaningful game or tournament or whatever, a game which will take you to the World Cup, of course, that's got a lot of passion to it. It is what it is, man. Like, I hate this, man. Graham Arnold, whatever your name is, whatever your parents named you, and Ibrahim Bayesh. If I ever catch you, fam, if I ever see you, fam, brother. Just the thing is, I can't say on YouTube. I'm not allowed to say on YouTube. What I want to say.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.